Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little while since I've been on camera. I've just been sort of chilling, enjoying the good weather in the garden here, and playing the Prankster Pokemon event by burning about 60 incense from home. I'll reiterate again, if you want to do a PvP battle with me, let me know. We'll try and organise a time. I'm still working on a decent system that's going to enable you and I to actually battle at a convenient time for both of us. Something else, if you want to do the friend codes thing, that is still open because this lockdown stuff all over the world is still escalating. So yes, if you need gifts or whatever, post your friend code, post your trainer name and say that you need gifts and I will add you. So I've got one PvP battle. I've had pretty decent shiny luck this event so far, but then like 3 of the 5 shinies I've had have not been event related. What else? Oh, April events. So we've already had this Prankster event for April Fools, which I thought was good on paper, not so good in practice. Firstly, Spotlight Hours. Spotlight Hours have thankfully been turned back to an individual Pokemon spawn, and they've outlined what the next 4 are going to be. So actually tonight, by the time you watch this, we'll have had the first one, which is sadly Purloin. They alternate in probably usefulness and shiny relevance. So Purloin is tonight, the 7th, and I'm not entirely sure why they decided to do Purloin, because I'm not sure that its evolved form is actually any good. The shiny is not out, as confirmed by people in New Zealand and Australia, so why? It's 2 times catch XP for tonight's one, which is, again, like, yeah, it's okay, but do you really want to catch a buttload of Purloin? Purloin, I guess if you need to get your Dark-type medal, sure, go for it, but that's a Spotlight Hour I'm personally going to be missing because there is no shiny. Well, what's the point? It's a bad Pokemon. If it is a bad Pokemon, give it the damn shiny. There's not going to be a Purloin Community Day. Next week's, however, if you know a little bit of backstory for the channel, the 14th is going to be Magnemite. Now Magnemite, 2 things. One of my favourite Pokemon, because Magnezone is a beastly Pokemon. You've seen it's actually been very good to me in my Great League team, PvP, and it's shiny eluded me for so long. It was ridiculous. I couldn't get it at Dortmund Go Fest. I couldn't get it during... I've had 2 nests of Magnemite on my doorstep. So I've had a month of Magnemite nest on my doorstep. Couldn't get the shiny there. We had, I think, the Let's Go Meltan back in the day. No shiny then, if it was available. I forget. And it was a long time until my gotcha came through, and my gotcha has got me 2 shiny Magnemite, so I'm looking for the 3rd to get the evolution chain, and then I will be evolving them on camera. So hopefully next week, and that's 2 times catch candy. So what I'd actually recommend is if you're missing good electric types, if you're missing out on Raikou or Zapdos, whatever, go for these because they are cheap. You can evolve a bunch of them on 1 magnetic lure, and they get a premier moveset. So perfect, fantastic, if whatever the next raid boss is going to be, if it's going to be a water type Palkia maybe. So I'm hyped about that. April the 21st is going to be Wobbuffet, 2 times transfer candy. Unless they do something with an event whereby Wobbuffet can be shiny in the wild, much like Sudowoodo now, because originally only their baby forms could be shiny. You had to hatch them, whereas those 2 now can be encounterable in the wild as shiny. So maybe we'll get the shiny Wobbuffet. We can fingers crossed for that. And then the last one of the month, April 28th, Pidgey. Pidgey is another shiny that has eluded me. There's 2 times evolution XP, which is a nice thing as well. So if you want to do some mass evolves over an hour, go for it, lucky egg it. And Pidgey shiny has an interesting story for me. Way back before I even comprehended doing YouTube for Pokemon Go, I was in Spain during October of 2018 for when the Mewtwo first came out in raid battles. It wasn't shiny eligible, but it was the first time it had been outside of EX raids, so there was a whole month of Mewtwo raids, and I was away, so I had Tom raid for me, but we sort of interchanged depending on the time zone, because I wanted to catch Pokemon in Spain, I wanted to gold some gyms at my local town, so doing that, all fine, and then they were going to the pub in the evening. and I had timed it, so it's technically about 2 hours. It's a 2-hour flight, 1 hour time difference, so I'd left it about 1 hour and 58 minutes, I think it was. And then Tom logged in, and he was at the pub down the road, clicks on a Pidgey from the lure at the castle, and it's shiny on my account. He Golden Raz Ultra Ball Great Throw it, so basically the best you can do, immediate breakout and ran. I was soft banned for like 30 seconds because the next Pokemon that he clicked on, or the stop, it spun, no problem. So I was locked and soft banned for that one Pokemon, my only shiny Pidgey ever, and that was 2018. It is now 2020, April, and I still haven't seen one on my account. So, Spotlight Hour, I'm hoping to bloody get some redemption. Today is the last day of the Prankster Pokemon event. It ends at 10 PM tonight, your local time, which is lovely. I've been enjoying this event. Let me know how you did in this event, the Prankster event. One thing I would like to add actually is, which I'll put up on the screen now, in our little group we've got a sort of a points system going. Play along with our points game. So Nakeem, cheers for making these points games. So basically every shiny event or event that there is, we're going to put a points tally and see where everybody comes up. So for this event you get 4 points if you get a shiny Krogunk, 3 points if you get a shiny Sudowoodo, 2 points if it's an Apom, and then 1 point if it's off-brand. Shiny legendaries from, well, they're not available, but Go Battle League or raids are non-applicable. So where I've been sitting, I'm actually in second place overall, which is great because I've had 2 Apom, both off of incense. I'm kind of losing my cool right here. It took a long time to get that first shiny Apom, and then the second one was about 107 encounters after it. Then, annoyingly, I didn't record this egg hatch because I was sat down having lunch. I hatched a shiny Shinx from a 10k, which was completely bizarre. So that's actually my 6th one, 6th or 7th shiny Shinx, and I've only seen 170 of them, which is nuts. Then I had a shiny Exeggcute, completely off incense, off-brand, random, and then shiny Patrat, off incense again. So incense, yes, it's pretty affluent in terms of getting shinies. However, I have burnt through about 50 or 60 of them, and then I have left the gotcha going overnight, and the gotcha doesn't seem to be getting as much because Ditto is everywhere, so it feels like more Pokemon are fleeing. There's too many Voltorb and too many Fungus, really, for this event. That was the one point I would say that needs to be readjusted. Midway through they did say they were going to adjust the Krogunk and Apom spawns, but that doesn't actually seem to have happened because Krogunk is very rare, very rarely ever see it, and Apom is kind of everywhere, and then the most, common spawn is bloody Voltorb. But we have a new one that is going to kick off at 8 AM on the 9th, the Spring into Spring event. Basically just call it the Easter event, practically. That's basically it. And it runs for another week, so they're 7-day events, which I think is a perfect time frame, really. 7 days is like a minimum. April 16th, 10 PM is when this will end. There's some good and bad things. The spawns look pretty good. So Chansey, another chance to get the wild shiny Chansey. We're going to have Torchic. Baneri is now wearing a hat, which, okay, fine, but it's a hat Pokemon. Mareep, it's alright. Pikachu wearing a different flower hat, great. Flower hat, not a flower crown, flower hat this time. So that's another Pikachu variant, why? Hatching more often from 2 kilometer eggs. Pichu with the original flower crown, Togepi with the original flower crown, and then a couple of other baby Pokemon. Another chance to try and get shiny Riolu out of the 2 kilometer egg, which I'll definitely be gunning for, so that's alright. Apparently all eggs from gifts will be 2 kilometer eggs, so 7 kilometer eggs will be, I don't know, out the way for this event, which would be nice because I'm rather sick and tired of just hatching Omanyte, Kabuto. The new shiny for this Spring into Spring event is, at freaking last, Exeggcute. Exeggcute shiny is finally here. Lovely golden Easter egg. And it has been, Christ, we've had the Alolan Exeggutor as a shiny available for almost a year now. It came out just before Dorman Go Fest and the Alolan Pokemon birthday event. So this shiny has been long overdue, and I'm really happy they're finally adding it in. So that's basically it. We've got some themed field research tasks. A lone Exeggcute, which is already the research breakthrough, so unless you want the shiny, not bad. A Azumarill, which if you need something for PvP, fine, and then Ordino if you didn't get one during the Valentine's Day event. We've got some new items in the shop, which is going to be nice. We've got a Togepi bag, cool, and a Togepi themed jumper, which with this weather I might be switching out of my jumper and into a t-shirt in game. 2 times hatch candy, so encouraging you to get that shiny Riolu. I'll certainly be burning through a few incubators doing this. 1 hour lucky egg, so lovely XP bonus, and half hatch egg distance, which already is active, so it won't be like, it's not going to be like half hatch egg distance on top of half hatch egg distance. It's just flat. You know, it's a bonus that's active at the moment. It will be ongoing until further notice, so that's running through indefinitely for now. But I'm excited for this event. I want to try and get that Exeggcute shiny, which would be really cool. Shiny Riolu, if you can get the shiny Riolu, shiny Exeggcute, and shiny Togepi with the hat. One thing to note is actually I don't know if Togepi will evolve if it has the hat. If you've made it this far into the video, smash a like on it. Let's have a look at this battle, shall we? So, Saphirix193, thank you very much for sending me through the invite. I do encourage the rest of you to send me a PvP invite whenever is convenient for you. I know that Alex B, I'm sorry I was in a bad signal place, but we'll jump into this. I open with my lovely Sceptile, and they've gone with the Snorlax, which Snorlax is tanky, probably running, it was running Lick, and it will more than likely be running either Body Slam, Outrage, could have Earthquake. I switch immediately into my Giratina because I know it's going to be weak to the Lick fast move, but at least I can do some pretty bloody quick damage with Dragon Breath, much more than Fury Cutter. They've got Earthquake on their Snorlax, which would have hurt, but they switched out to something, I'm not sure what, but I've got Ancient Power, hoping to get a buff. One thing to add is that Ancient Power and Ominous Wind, I believe, have been debuffed in terms of how much damage they output now, so Giratina, Origin and Altered Form aren't as effective anymore with their moves that seem to be quite OP. So I don't get the Excellent because I'm playing it in bed at this point, and this is just trading Dragon Claws, and trading Shields. So I've now lost my 2. They actually went for an Ancient Power, I believe, probably trying to get the buff. I feel like they need to increase the chance of getting the Ancient Power buff if it's been lowered in damage now, because of the fact that what's the point of having it realistically? I actually managed to get the Excellent this time, and that's the last shield gone. I immediately switched to my Typhlosion, because Typhlosion with Shadow Claw on it is going to be super effective. I think at this point actually the debuff on Ancient Power was already active, so Ancient Power comes in, it's super effective, but it doesn't do very much damage against Typhlosion. Took them down with a fast move. We have a Blast Burn ready to go, but they still do have 2 Pokemon, so we know they've got the Snorlax there, but we don't know what's going to be next. And I go for the Blast Burn because I've overcharged. Think it will probably do more damage overall than Solar Beam, which you'll see it does. Totally one-shots that Snorlax, and their final Pokemon is, unfortunately, it's just a poor matchup. You were very unlucky with that. You know, imagine if I'd had a Fairy type or something, you'd be owning me right now, but 1-hit kill with the Blast Burn. So GG, Saphirix193, and send me another battle invite. Why not? We'll have another go. To be honest, I haven't been that into Ultra League because I've been having really weird luck in terms of like win-lose streak, and I just got sick and tired of having like two to 5 matches I would win, and then the next 5 I'd lose like back to back, because it would seem like the game just sort of takes what Pokemon I've got and finds the exact counters for them, and then I just lose everything. And my rank is stuck at rank 7. So I haven't actually battled anything for about a week. I'm kind of waiting for Master League to come back round, because Master League, at least I know where I stand. Ultra League is just too much of a melee out there. Click up there if you want to see a Landorus duo. I probably won't be doing too many more raids of that. I'm certainly not doing any Go Battle League Premium Pass tracks until Master League comes back out. So I do have one more duo against the Earth Power one, which I'll put up in a few days. But okay, we're going to round up here. So If you want a battle, do let me know. We'll do the current league. How about that? So whatever league is prevailing at the moment, we'll battle in that. So at the moment it's Ultra League, and then we'll move on to Master League. Send me an invite at your earliest convenience, and we'll try and battle. If you need gifts, if you can't get items, let me know in the comments. I can add you for this time period, send you some gifts and get some items. You can stock up on Pokeballs, because I live between 2 stops. That's basically everything. So let me know how you did during the Prankster event. Did you manage to get the shiny Sudowoodo like Mystic 7 did and flip out? Did you get the shiny Croagunk? Because Toxicroak shiny, good in Great League whenever that cycles back round. There's a couple of hours left, so best of luck. And tally yourself up against that point system. Put your points in the comments. Let's see how we did, because I think I'm on 7 at the moment. I'll pin mine at the top. You can reply. How about that? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you are new with notifications on, and smash that like button if you enjoyed it. And let's see how we do with shiny Exeggcute, shall we? Until the next event. Take care, everybody.